Uncle Scar, guess what? I'm gonna be king of Pride Rock.
Oh, goody.
Run as you wish, Your Majesty.
This your man Tim with another episode of Side Note. Today's topic, the revelation of the adversary, with the subtitle of the announcement of arrival. Let's go Redskin. So when we say revelation, it means to show, to make known, or to reveal that which is unknown, that which is secret, or that which is hidden. Your adversary is something or someone that's against you, your enemy and or opponent. The revelation of the adversary, so that means that God will use that which is against you to reveal hidden things. But don't take my word for it. Let's look in the word for it. So let's look at my main man David, the only person in the Bible that's called a man after God's own heart, and he personally one of my favorite characters in history. This the same David from David and Goliath. But Goliath was only one of David's many opponents in his life. So what did God reveal through David's adversaries, and what purpose did they serve in David's life? So God's chosen people, Israel, they wanted to be like everybody else and all the other nations and have a king. So they saw this dude named Saul, big, strong, popular, had all the characteristics that the world admires. And they chose him and they made him their king. But God told his prophet Samuel, that's not who I chose to be my king. I don't see how the world sees. So God sent his prophet Samuel to Jesse's house, Jesse, David's father. And he said one of Jesse's sons will be king. So Samuel go to Jesse's house. He see his first son, Eliab. And he look at him. He said, oh yeah, he definitely got to be the one. He just look majestic. He look like a king. And God said, nah, he not the one. See, I don't see how man see it. Man look on the outside, but I look at the heart. Now catch this. Now we see David's first opponents, his father, his brothers, his own family. Didn't see him as more than a shepherd boy. Didn't even think enough of him to call him to the anointing of the king, because they didn't even see him as a viable option. See, a prophet is not without honor except in his own nation, in his own hometown, in his own house, among his own friends. See, oftentimes, it'll be those who are closest to you who will have the biggest problem with seeing you for who you are. Yeah, we grew up together, but we are not the same. See, there's this anointing that's on my life, and
I'm different, yeah, I'm different. I'm different, yeah, I'm different. I'm different, yeah, I'm different.
Long story short, David gets anointed king. But David doesn't become king right then, because Saul's still king. And David goes back into the field with the sheep. See, God allowed David to remain in the field because he was in training. And in this training, he had opponents. He said one time a lion came and took one of the sheep, and I killed the lion and saved the sheep. Another time, a bear came and took one of the sheep, and I killed the bear and saved the sheep. See, these opponents in David's life were prophetic revelations of his destiny. So when you see a lion, what's the first thing you think of? The king of the jungle. See, David was anointed king, so of course his opponent would be a king. This lion represented King Saul. And when you see a bear, what's the first thing that you notice? His size and his strength. See, the bear was prophetic of the power and the might that David would have as a man of war. This bear represented Goliath. See, these opponents not only served to build David's faith and allow him to know that God was with him, but they also served as a prophetic revelation and confirmation of David's identity. So we know later on David fights and kills Goliath. But what was the purpose of Goliath? David didn't need Goliath to reveal his identity to him because he already knew who he was. And God doesn't put more on us than we can bear. So he already knew that he would kill Goliath because he already beat people that were stronger than Goliath, a lion and a bear. So what was the purpose of Goliath? This is the revelation of Goliath. Who was Goliath? Goliath was the champion of the Philistines. And when David killed Goliath, who did David become? The champion of the Israelites. So Goliath was the announcement of David's arrival, and he was a revelation to all those who didn't see or who didn't notice or who couldn't recognize who David was. So David becomes champion of the Israelites, and King Saul becomes jealous of him. And after many trials and tribulations and years, King Saul eventually gets killed, and David becomes the king of the Israelites like he was originally anointed to be. But understand, none of this was without process. See, we often want progress without process. We want the results without the ingredients. We want the strength of the weightlifter, but we don't want to lift the weights. See, we got to understand that our trials and our tribulations are the training that prepares us for the platform, which will be the announcement of our arrival, and ultimately lead us to the destiny which we were anointed for. This is God Map Ministries. This your man Tim. Comment, like, subscribe, share. Let me know what y'all think. And until next time, remember, the test of our faith is worth more than pure gold. So embrace your destiny. I love y'all.